20 seasons ago, Athletic Club Bilbao and Besiktas met in the first round of the 85-86 UEFA Cup, with Athletic winning by 5-1 on aggregate. A repeat of that scoreline seemed unlikely. Salinas incidentally got a hat-trick on that night. Bilbao now meeting their second Turkish club in the last 3 UEFA matches. In the first round, they eliminated Trabzonspor, who'd lost the Champions League qualifying round earlier on in the summer. Both of these two teams coming into this match on differing levels of form. Steaua Bucharest in the previous game and Besiktas was all in the same group. Besiktas had enjoyed a tremendous weekend with their third consecutive league victory and over arch rivals Fenerbahce, so they couldn't have been in better form coming into this game, and it told on the night as well. Besiktas in the black and white, Athletic Club as they now want to be known, dropping the Bilbao from their name in the blue. Del Bosque, the coach of Besiktas, has been under quite a lot of pressure in recent weeks. They had a decent pre-season, but the league campaign up until those couple of wins in the last few weeks has been pretty dire. They're still down in 8th place in the Turkish Superliga, and Bilbao are further down the Spanish Primera Liga than that as well. But they did get a decent result as well yesterday with a tremendous volley against Barcelona at the weekend. But they left plenty of space at the back. It was only a matter of time before Bilbao actually left too much space. This time it was Gunes, third goal of the season for the 25-year-old midfielder. 27 minutes had gone. In football terms, it's never the most hospitable environment to play in Turkey. And plenty of noise and atmosphere in this stadium here tonight. He always did look a bit ragged around the edges, didn't he, Del Bosque? He looked worn, weather-beaten. He's now looking even more so. The pressure momentarily being released. The first ever game in Europe was against Spanish opposition. That was Real Madrid in the European Cup back in 1959. Best in the UEFA Cup, rather, was a quarter-final. Back in 2003, lost against Lazio, and the same scoreline again when they met Kiev. Now, at the other end, they thought there was a penalty there. Santiago Esquero going down. It's not been a good season for Esquero. In fact, it hasn't been a good couple of seasons for him. Back in 2002-2003, he did rack up 11 goals, which was about the best return he's ever managed in a Spanish season. Only 3 last season, and he's only managed to get on the score sheet once so far this season. And it rather fits in with the season that they're having as well. Yapegi has been easily the best player for them so far this campaign, but one player not really able to carry an entire league campaign. Shown some decent possession, though, in long portions of this game. 49 minutes, Esquero got his second goal of the season. It just shows you from that move and that finish what he was capable of doing. It's just one of those great unanswered questions as to why he doesn't do it more often. Both of these two teams have been around in European competition for years. Bilbao lost to Manchester United in the quarter-finals of the European Cup back in 1957. After beating them 5-3, incidentally, in a home leg. What a game that must have been. 3 quarter-finals in the Fairs Cup, the old Fairs Cup. Now, more misery to come, though. John Carew. He used to play, of course, in Spain. They should have known all about him. Hair's regrown, looks a bit different. He's a bit slimmed down. Former Valencia forward who spent a year out on loan with Roma last season. Wasn't completely unsuccessful during his time in Roma. Just the fact that nobody in Italy's got any money to spend on players legitimately, of course, these days, so he had to leave, and this is where he's come. And that's his 8th goal this season for Besiktas. Aguero's in a great position again. Now, there was a claim there for a penalty, and the referee, not for the first time in this particular match, had to wave away pretty poor appeals. Now, the keeper was miles out of his goal, and the third one came 1 minute from time. Akin with the goal, fourth goal in his last 4 games to the 20-year-old, who's forging something of a reputation. But La Fuente, the goalkeeper, well, there's going to be questions asked afterwards about what was going through his mind, rather. Completely missed the ball. At that stage, I suppose, he did have to scurry back. He was positioned on the halfway line when that ball came back over. 3 goals to 1, a scoreline that rather flattered Besiktas. But a tremendous result all the same. And capped, as we said, what has been a tremendous week for them. John Carew becoming something of a hero if he was involved in the goal scoring in that game. Quite how that missed, sort of emulated Roy Mackay rather, didn't he? It's from a fairly similar position. Number 55, Ibrahim Akin, was the second-half substitute, Akin, so he hadn't been on all that long. But 1 goal and a miss, not a bad return for 10 minutes play. And Besiktas beating Bilbao by 3 goals to 1.